This is our Lectric XPedition, and it's currently got different brake pads front and rear, so I thought it'd be a good time for a quick video comparing brake squeal between the two. We've had the bike for 3 months, it's got 400 miles on it, and for most of that time we've had fairly noisy brakes. On the rear we have the original rotor with 400 miles on it. We had a leak at the master cylinder, and Lectric sent us a whole new hydraulic system. As a result, the rear brake pads are stock, but have 250 miles on them versus the 400 on the rotor. On the front, I've recently put on ceramic brake pads from Hard-Headed Ram, and then I also replaced the rotors with some floating rotors off of Amazon. Part of this is just that I thought the red anodized aluminum hat looks cool with the red calipers, and now our little e-bike has floating rotors like its bigger garage mate. After replacing all of these parts, I aligned the caliper with the rotor and then went out and bedded the pads in before going for a ride. This setup has about 35 miles on it so far. To compare brake squeal, I did 4 stops total, 2 with only the rear brake and then 2 with only the front brake. On each brake, for the first stop, I tried to make the brake as loud as possible, so I modulated the brake pressure to wherever I was getting the most squeal. In my experience with this bike, it has been light brake pressure that makes the most squeal, and that was also the case today. For the second stop, I did maybe just a little more pressure than I'd use at a normal relaxed stop, but nothing too intense, just enough to eliminate the really high-pitched squealing. This wasn't a very scientific test. I'm comparing brakes installed on the front versus rear axles with different mileages on each. What I recorded is, however, subjectively consistent with what we've experienced on the bike. The ceramic pads have so far been very quiet, while the stock pads have been pretty loud. In particular, the stock pads have been producing high-pitched squealing at lighter brake pressures. Aside from the sound, the performance of the ceramic brake pads seems good. When I was bedding in the brakes, I did about 20 back-to-back hard stops from 20 miles an hour, and they continued to just get grippier the hotter they got. As I was doing it, I had to remind myself that the goal was just to bed in the brakes and not to see if I could overheat them, but I can't really imagine a situation where I could overheat this setup. When the pads are cold and or wet, they seem to stop the bike about the same as the stock pads. I'll leave links to the parts I've purchased in the video description. These are not affiliate links, I don't earn anything, so just buy whatever you'd like. Bye!